Hello, I'm Dr. Kala Vimal, consultant dermatologist at Hairline Clinics, Bangalore. Today I'm going to talk to you about scalp micropigmentation, or we call it SMP. Now, what is scalp micropigmentation? Scalp micropigmentation, it is a procedure in which we place pigments on the scalp. This is basically, it's a cosmetic camouflage procedure. So when we do the scalp micropigmentation, the pigments, we have to be very careful, the pigments which we are placing should match the color of the scalp. There are various color pigments, there are black pigments, brown pigments, red pigments. So accordingly, what is the color of the hair? Accordingly we place the pigments. And when we place the pigments, we have to deposit the ink in the upper layer of the skin, that is the upper dermis. It should not be very superficial, it should not be very deep, because if it is very superficial, it will be washed out. If it is very deep, it will cause impressions on the scalp, and there will be a lot of smudging on the scalp. So it has to be placed in the correct depth. Now, who are the correct candidates for scalp micropigmentation? There are few candidates who want scalp micropigmentation. They are patients with a male pattern thinning, a female pattern thinning. So they want to just hide the baldness. Okay, it gives a look of a cropped up hair. Okay, so those patients are very ideal to do scalp micropigmentation. Also, scalp micropigmentation can be done in the beard if they've got sparse beard, sparse mustache, sparse eyebrow. It's a camouflage. And also patients who have undergone hair transplantation, and if they've got scar for previous hair transplantation, their FUT method, we do a scalp micropigmentation to hide the scar. So we do it for burns. Even patients who've got burns, we do scalp micropigmentation, burn scars. So we do scalp micropigmentation to camouflage the burn scar. Now, how many hours the procedure takes? Now, it depends. If it is the full scalp has to be covered, it will take about, we can do it in 1 day or 2 days. It will take, in 1 day, it will take about 3 to 4 hours, and the next day we can finish it another 2 to 3 hours. Okay, but if it's a small area, it is just a frontal area or it's just a crown area, the vertex, it will hardly take 3 to 4 hours. And it's not a painful procedure, no local anesthesia is given. We can just directly place it's a SMP pen is there, with that needles attached. So the correct depth, we just place it on the upper dermis, there is a middle layer of the skin, and the ink is deposited there. So it's a very comfortable procedure, there is no admission, anything, patients can just walk out after the procedure. There are certain do's and don'ts. Now after the procedure, the patients, they should not wash their hair, they should not take a head wash at least 3 days. For 3 days they can avoid going out in the sun, avoid taking a head wash. After 3 days they can wash their hair with a shampoo, and they should not apply oil basically, because oil will dilute the pigment. Otherwise there is no, they don't have to take any antibiotics, any painkillers, anything. It's a very comfortable procedure. And you might ask me, it will last for how many years? It lasts you anywhere from 3 to 5 years. After that, once the color fades, then you can get a retouch-up done. So there is no side effects whatsoever for scalp micropigmentation. Any person can take scalp micropigmentation, and there is no restrictions. You cannot go out in the sun for ever, nothing of that sort. Everything you can do after scalp micropigmentation after 3 to 4 days. So it's a very comfortable procedure, and the main thing, it's a very cosmetic, friendly procedure. Like, it will at least camouflage your baldness. You don't have to go for any hair transplant. It's a good procedure. So I would recommend whoever doesn't want to go for an invasive procedure like a hair transplant, they can go for a scalp micropigmentation procedure.